In Western religion or Eastern religion, there is a universal concept that when a husband and wife marry with proper attitude, they become one body. The origin is Radha and Krishna. Radha and Krishna are one, but they are in two forms. For what purpose? For loving exchange. Now within this world, if Radha and Krishna's divine service are the focus between the husband and wife, if it's their ultimate purpose for being together, and they're living by those principles practically, then the two become like one. One in spirit. That doesn't mean that they merge into each other's existence. And anyone who sees them understands that it's not like that. But becoming one means they're living for the same purpose. They share the same concerns and the same goals. This faithfulness, this devotion to each other, is the common principle of marriage. And when there is children, then we will tolerate any amount of differences for the sake of giving the children the best possible upbringing. I may be angry as fire on you, and you may be totally disgusted with me. From my experience, this does happen quite often. But children are there. They see our anger. They say we don't like each other. What's it going to do to their consciousness? It's going to make them insecure. It's going to make them suffer internally. They may not even understand intellectually what that suffering is, but it's going to go deep within their psyche, and it's going to mold their consciousness for the rest of their lives. Even when they become the age of the parents now, they're going to have certain insecurities and certain miserable elements within their consciousness because of you. Because if you're reckless, screaming at each other, fighting each other, or even if there's a cold war. Hot war is when you actually speak harsh words to each other. But cold war is you don't speak anything to each other. They can feel that vibration. And it's ruining them within. It's a fact. So what is the principle of marriage? We have to give up our egos. We have to give up our preferences because we share one principle, the welfare of our children. And all this becomes transcendentalized when it's done in the service of God. Because the children are Krishna's children. To be aware of that. Our bodies are Krishna's body. Your body is Krishna's body. It's not to misuse, it's not to offend, it's not to exploit. It is a divine relationship because we are responsible to Krishna on behalf of each other. That's oneness. Srila Prabhupada writes that when a husband and a wife live together congenially. Now, congenially doesn't mean it's easy. Any of you who think people can do it when it's easy, but when it's difficult they can't do it, then you'll never be able to do it, because nothing good in this cosmic creation is easy in Kali Yuga. Satya Yuga it's easy, but Kali Yuga very difficult. It's the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. To be congenial means tapasya. It's going to be difficult. But when the husband and wife are congenial together with Krishna in the center of their lives, service to Krishna, service to their children, service to society, service to each other, in reference to devotion to Krishna, then Lakshmi and Narayan are living in that house. Not figuratively, but for real. Lakshmi and Narayan are living in that house, even if you don't have deities. They'll want to live there with you because of your devotion to each other. And even if you do have deities, and you spend lakhs and lakhs of rupees on beautiful altars, and getting deities made in Jaipur, and calling all devotees to do yajnas, to install them, and abhisekams, and everything else, if you don't have that congenial relationship of oneness for the higher principle, Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayan, they're not in your house. They're statues in your house. Because they're going to be there to accept your devotion. They're everywhere. They're in the deities too. But they're not going to reciprocate unless you approach them according to their desire.
You were listening to Radhanath Swami on devotionalnectar.com.